Hello and welcome back to All About Community. Again, my name is Robert L. Harris, and when we went to break, I warned you that we would have the dynamic person, none other than, you'll never guess, Cathy Adams, the President and Chief Executive Officer of the Oakland African American Chamber of Commerce.
You make me want to cheer.
Cathy, welcome back to All About Community. I recall when you were here the last time, you were so energized, I thought you were just going to make me rise into the sky. But fortunately, you did. And I'm still here and still waiting to continue our interview. How long have you now been with the Chamber of Commerce, the Oakland African American Chamber of Commerce? I believe before you'd been here almost a year, but now you've been here.
Yes, it's about 17 months and coming up on 2 years. The time flew by. I can't believe it.
and you're doing just a phenomenal job, right?
Well, I can't
say yes. Yes.
I can say yes, but we have a great team of people working with us. So the answer is yes, collectively, yes.
Yes. And guess what? You're still smiling. I mean, you got to have a job since you have to work. You got to have a job that you love and that you enjoy.
Well,
and then when you wake up in the morning, it makes you feel good, right?
Absolutely. I wake up every day. Somebody say, how do you do it? I said, it's exciting to me to be able to help the businesses, to advocate for our members. And the time just flies when you're doing something good to help others. So that's the part that kind of like keeps me going.
And what has been, in all seriousness, your biggest challenge since you've been the head of the chamber?
Well, one of the biggest challenges is also, it's around access to capital. At the chamber, we're doing amazing work. We're doing amazing projects with limited staff. We acted those, we're big and mighty, but we're small, but we're resourceful. So I think that, hopefully this year, that we would be able to get more funding so that we could do more outreach and do more training around technology, for our businesses. So, but it's coming though. It's slow and we growing more members, which gives us revenue. But more importantly, we want to go after bigger funding so that we could do more things for our members.
Access to capital. I believe when Mr. Cooper was here a few minutes ago, he talked about one of his greatest challenges was access, and still is, access to capital. How do we resolve that issue? Because in my opinion, there is absolutely no reason why these banks should not be granting access to capital to these well-qualified Black businesses, except to say that they're just discriminating against them.
Well, yes, we know systemic racism is real. It's been happening a long time. We know that when the PPP funds came out, we know that money didn't make it onto the bank accounts of our Black-owned businesses. And we feel that what we're doing to change that, because it is real, through the chamber, we're sitting at, I won't name the banks because we're not giving free publicity today.
Thank you. And they don't deserve it.
No, they do not. And so we're actually having conversations with the bank so that they can start looking at our businesses differently, looking at the credit and seeing how they can reach them.
All we asking for them to do is to treat us the same way they treat white folks.
And that is absolutely right. A white man, a white woman can walk in the bank and they could probably just write them the check and they don't have to show their dad's and mom's birth certificate. So we want to make sure that those inequities are being dealt with. We've made it clear to them. It's like, look, we want you. If a company comes in and let's just say Mr. Cooper needed $500,000. Mm-hmm. You access his accounts and you say, well, you know what? We can do $350 or we could do something to get them started, to build the relationships. So what is critical is that if it means that we need to change our bank accounts to banks that are more friendly about our Black agenda and what we need, then that's what we will do.
And we should.
And we should. So we're giving them a chance. I've had these conversations with several banks, and I told them straight up, look, at the end of the day, you've got to look at these companies differently.
Right.
They have the ability to pay. The average person that's in business, they're paying their mortgage, they're paying their car notes, they're paying money to do business. So obviously they've got some revenue coming in. And being able to look at that track record, in a sense, banks are in the business to make money. We understand that. But it will be so much good for our community because as Black businesses, we create jobs too.
Absolutely. We create a whole lot of jobs.
Yes, we do.
Now, let me ask you a question. Since we've had a recent election, with the election of President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris, don't forget her last name is same as mine.
Yes, I hear that.
And she does claim me as her cousin, so I'm happy.
Yes.
Do you think it's going to make a difference in terms of how Black businesses are treated here in these United States of America?
Absolutely. Recently, I had the opportunity about maybe 3 weeks ago, had an opportunity to join a conversation regarding the American Rescue Plan with Vice President Kamala Harris. And I'm so excited because the chamber was one of 4 chambers that actually got to ask the question. Mm-hmm. And even though we know that this is in the process and trying to get it approved and get everybody to sign up on it, I think in terms of the funds that they'll make available to Black communities around, health, food inequities, COVID-19 and business owners, I think that is going to be great. Someone just said, well, why can't they do this and why can't they do that? And I said, listen, this is a start. And the fact that Vice President Harris...
It's not only a start, it's a very good start.
It's a very good start.
And we're going to have to go to break, so don't touch that remote. Matter of fact, just put it down, put it down. We will be right back with All About Community. Again, my name is Robert L. Harris, and my guest is none other than Cathy Adams, President and Chief Executive Officer, and I love saying this, of the Oakland African American Chamber of Commerce. We will be right back.